So now concerning spiritual, brethren, because all of this chapter is not about gifts. So now concerning spiritual, or spirituals, some translations say concerning things of the Spirit, concerning things done by the Spirit, I would not have you ignorant. In other words, we're supposed to know to some degree how the Spirit operates so we can be cooperative with Him. Now, they were ignorant. Our denomination didn't ever mention this that I ever heard. We came from the denominational church, Wayne and I, and we were relatively ignorant on lots of subjects. But he said, I don't want you to be ignorant. I want you to know. I want you to understand. I want you to grow strong in knowledge. You know you were Gentiles carried away these dumb idols even as you were led. The reason that they didn't know anything and they were ignorant because they were surrendered to idols, and there isn't any move of the Spirit in the idol kingdom. You knew that, right? So when they came to Christianity, they didn't understand and they had to be taught. Now when you come down to verse 4, 5, and 6, there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. There are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. There are diversities of operations, it's the same God which worketh all in all. You notice it mentions Spirit, Lord, and God. You notice we're talking about gifts, administrations, and operations. We're not just talking about gifts. Now you have 9, we call them gifts. It says the manifestation, verse 7, the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit. These are all for profit, and this is how the Spirit manifests Himself. He hears from God, and He brings these things into lives, into our life, into lives, and these things are come to you in order for you to minister to others. They're the gift of the church, the manifestation given to the church so that the church can minister healing to others in a new dimension. Now, it says there are gifts. You understand gifts because you know on birthdays, right? And you can't command, you can invite me to your birthday, but you can't command me to come or to bring anything. So this is something God is doing. And then it says administrations. If you need information on a student, you have to go to the administrative office. Administration is where the information is parked when it comes to you. Administration. And the reason gifts in verse 1 can be eliminated because we have 3 different things. And then operations. You understand if the toaster's not operating, you didn't plug it in. It's either broken or you didn't plug it in. We don't use toasters. We gave ours away. I like mine pan-fried and lots of butter. Don't tell my doctor if you see him. I think he's against that. Operations when something's on, when something's working. Now in these 9 manifestations, this is the way the Holy Ghost operates. And it says in verse 11, this works, the one and self same Spirit, this is the way He works. Dividing to every man severally as He will. You understand the Holy Ghost is not an independent force. He's in full agreement with the Father and the Son. Now, the best way to understand it is not to divide it, gifts, administration, operations. I just want you to be aware and to see that. You understand discerning of spirits would operate. If you see into the spirit world, it's because it's on and it operates. God turned it on so you could see. When Paul was in the city and the little girl kept following him, said, these men are the men of the Most High God. He didn't cast that devil out. He didn't do anything at first. What is he waiting on? He's waiting on the operation of discerning of spirits. He's waiting on to see. Discern is to see. He's waiting to see so he can move in agreement with the Spirit. It operates. Discerning of spirit is something that operates. It either is or it isn't. You get that, right? And then you have administrations, which would be word of wisdom, word of knowledge. It's something that God knows that He's going to tell you that you don't know, and if He doesn't tell you, you don't have any way of knowing. We'll give you some examples. And then there's gifts of healings. Is always plural in the original text. It's only plural in verse 28 of this chapter. But it should be plural all the time. It's gifts of healings.